Hey, welcome back to another episode of Simple Truth Television. Today is October 27th, 2024. Okay, so since game two of the World Series, I've been telling people to please, well, at least only if you're into gambling, right? The people, especially the people on the Patreon, to please place this bet to take the Dodgers to win in 4 games. When I first put this out there, the odds was at plus 600 because the Dodgers only had a 1-0 lead. Before the World Series began, I wasn't too certain about the sweep because there is a possibility for the series to go 7. But before the series began, I was telling you guys how to pay close attention to Game 4 because that is going to be a significant game. But now I think I have enough evidence to feel safe about placing this wager. Taking the Dodgers to sweep the Yankees on Tuesday in the Bronx, the birthplace of Vince Scully, who passed away in 2022 at the age of 94, 117 days into the MLB season. And the reason I've been telling people that it's going to be Dodgers in 4 is because from the death of Vince Scully, from August 2nd, 2022, the day he died at the age of 94, from the day he died to Game 4 of the World Series is exactly 117 weeks. And that is a big number because in Gematria, Major League Baseball equals 117, just like Dodgers. And again, he died 117 days into the MLB season back in 2022. And, of course, if you go to the MLB Instagram, right now they have 11.7 million followers on Instagram. And that's because the number 117 is huge with that organization. Right? Look, Major League Baseball, 117. It's also 63. Of course, we saw the death of Fernando Valenzuela, the former Dodgers pitcher who pitched in Game 3 of the 1981 World Series, passed away just a few days before the World Series began at the age of 63. Tuesday, there's going to be 63 days left in the year, you guys. 63 days left in the year. That's going to be the ultimate tribute to the pitcher who died at the age of 63, Fernando Valenzuela. I won't be surprised if that game ends 3-4. Like the jersey number that he used to wear, right? Also, think about what they did before the World Series began. They had Rudy May passed away at the age of 80. In Gematria, Yankees equals 80. If you go back to that 1981 World Series, in Game 3, Rudy May was the starting pitcher for the Yankees, and Fernando Valenzuela was the starting pitcher for the Dodgers. So they went head-to-head that day, just to die 2 days before the World Series began between their former teams, and just 1 day apart from each other. You got to ask yourself, what are the odds of that happening? And I can tell you that the odds is very high. And the reason it happened is because those two players were ritualistically murdered for that rigged World Series that we're witnessing right now. Okay, so I have other stuff that I want to talk about. All this stuff you guys already know. But I want to show you guys so you can visually see that what I'm saying is a fact, that I'm not just making up these numbers, right? So look. Let's first start with Vince Scully because this whole World Series is about this man right here. Again, born in the Bronx, spent his whole professional career as a Dodgers announcer, a sportscaster for the Dodgers. He grew up a big Yankees fan. You see, this was the big riddle of the World Series. This was the big piece that I wasn't really able to figure out before the World Series began. But now that we did, we can still make money and take advantage of it. This is why I always tell you guys, it's important to solve what the ritual is and then worry about making money. If you don't solve what the ritual is and you're just going to be getting lucky or unlucky, you're going to be, I think the Dodgers are going to win. I think the Yankees are going to win. You're just going to be betting on luck. But if you know what the ritual is, this is how you can take advantage of stuff like this. Catching the Dodgers to sweep at plus 600 odds. Because now we understand why it's going to end on Tuesday. So this is a great and safe bet to make. You know, I'm pretty sure there's people out there in the world that place this bet, but they don't really. They're just betting on luck. We're not really betting on luck. We have a lot of things to back this up, like this example, for example. Again, look, he died on August 2nd, 2022. So it's real easy. In case you guys are new here, we're just gonna measure from the day that he died to Tuesday, October 29th, which is Game 4 of the World Series. And you're going to see that it's exactly 117 weeks. And again, Dodgers in Major League Baseball equates to 117. This man died 117 days into the MLB season back in 2022. You guys notice how Dodgers is also 36 forwards and backwards? Game 1, which was a major tribute to Vin Scully, the man who called the Kirk Gibson home run back in 1971, I think it was. Remember, Freddie Freeman ended the game with a walk-off grand slam, and the announcer, he paid tribute to Vin Scully by saying the same thing that Vin Scully said when Kirk Gibson hit the home run. She's gone. Something like that. She said, she is gone. Those were the same words that Vin Scully used when Kirk Gibson hit the walk-off home run against the Oakland A's. And then this year's announcer did the same thing. And that's because they're reading the script. They know what's going on. I mean, what are the odds he'll say that at that moment and remember Vin Scully right away? It's just they're following a script. That's why they're so on point with it. All right, so that's the Vin Scully piece is major, big major ritual for Vin Scully. Again, born in the Bronx, and that's exactly where the World Series is going to end, in his birthplace. Also, if you look at the postseason bracket, you add up all the games that has been played. Right, the Tigers, they played 2 games. The Royals played 2 games, etc. Right, you just add up all the games that has been played in the postseason. Tuesday is going to be the 42nd game of the playoffs. And we know that number to be very important to the Dodgers because Jackie Robinson wore the number 42. That's why Game 2, the score ended 4-2. Of course, if the Dodgers are in the World Series, they're going to be paying tribute to Jackie Robinson, right? And what we've been saying about his wife, Rachel Robinson, Jackie Robinson's wife, she was born on July 19th, 1922. She turned 102 years old this year. 102. Of course, in Gematria, her full name, Rachel Anita Robinson, equates to 102, like the N-word, like slavery. This number has been stamped all over Black history. And coincidentally, Game 4 of the World Series will be 102 days after her birthday. And I am almost 100% sure that they're going to sacrifice this woman after the World Series concludes. Something that we've been talking about since back in April, on April 15th, Jackie Robinson Day, when she was at Citi Field. And I noticed that she was 101 years old. And then I looked up the gematria of her name, and I noticed that it equals 102. And I said in that video, go look it up. It's in my channel. I said Rachel Robinson is not going to make it to her 103rd birthday, and she's not going to die at 101. Now, a lot of people might say, well, 102, she's very old, blah, blah, blah. But no, you can still murder somebody who's 102 years old. Just because a person is 102, that doesn't mean that they're supposed to be underground. I don't know where people get that idea from. Death does not have a number. Death does not have an age. You can die at any age. I don't know why people connect old age with death. You can die at any age, at any point in your life. Death does not have an age. Just like murder doesn't have an age. You can murder somebody at any age. I don't understand why that's so difficult for people to comprehend. Again, Tuesday is 102 days after her birthday, right? Tuesday will be the 42nd game of the playoffs, the number that her husband used to wear as a professional baseball player. Another number stamped on black people, right? The N-word is also 42, like slavery. Right now, the odds for the Dodgers sweeping, if you catch it on Caesars, it's at plus 280. It went down dramatically after they won the first 2 games. But if you catch it at FanDuel, it's still at plus 340. You see, this is how you can make money once you solve what the ritual is. Once you know that this is all about Vince Scully, see, you guys are probably, worrying about who's going to win on Monday, worrying about who's going to win Tuesday, and thinking in your head that it might go 7 or 6. You see, once you solve the ritual, you don't have to worry about game 1, game 2, game 3, game 4, game 5. You can place a future bet and get the best odds and make the most money out of the World Series. Taking the Dodgers to win at home the first 2 games doesn't really pay much because they were the favorites both of those games. So you didn't really make that much money. Now, taking the Dodgers to sweep this series, now that's a good call. That's a call that's going to pay you 6 times your money. 100 turns into $600, 1,000 into 6,000, and so on. Look at this, you guys. Right now, the Dodgers, this is another reason I think is going to end on Tuesday. Remember, I said I'm going to give you guys all the reasons why I think it's going to end on Tuesday. And there's a lot. There's more than one. There's more than just Vince Scully. I just had the Vince Scully piece on Tuesday. Actually, no, not Tuesday. After game 2, after game 1. But now I have a bunch of other things, like the 42nd game of the playoffs, like how it's connected to Rachel Robinson, like how it's 151 days after Dave Roberts' birthday. Dave Roberts, the manager of the Dodgers. Notice he was born May 31st in the year 72, like how Dodgers is 72, like how Jesuit Order is 72. But you just measure from his birthday, May 31st. And you're going to notice that it's 151 days. Very special number. It has a lot to do with Jesus Christ. And Gematria Jesus Christ equals 151. This code is very much biblical. That's why they use all these numbers. This is all a religion, really. 151 happens to be the 36 prime number. And again, Dodgers equals 36. Big number with the Dodgers, 36. And this is why right now the Dodgers have 151 postseason losses. And they're going to stay on that number. Exactly 151 days after Dave Roberts' birthday. The 36 prime number when Dodgers equals 36 forwards and backwards. Paying tribute to what happened 36 years ago with Kirk Gibson. And remember, the game 1, the final score was 3-6. And again, Tuesday leaves 63 days left in the year. And there's also a date with 63 numerology. The 83 stands out because Kirk Gibson's full name equals 83. And we know they paid tribute through Freddie Freeman to Kirk Gibson, game 1. Yep. So, yeah. You see what I wrote up here? For all you losers out there who keep hating on me. Somebody asked me, that loser from Washington asked me, what have I given back to this community? I can't believe he even asked me that. And this is what I wrote here. I said, this is my way to give back to the community. I give you guys free picks, free sports information. Yeah, we don't get everything right, but I'm very, very certain that this is going to play, and I hope it does, so that way you guys can make some good money back. If you guys have even lost anything. I don't know if you guys even take my advice, but if you have lost with my advice, hopefully this is a way for you to recover any of your losses. And yeah, it's a little too late to catch it at plus 600, but again, you can still go on FanDuel and get the price at $340. Also, I want to mention that just because Ohtani's injured, that doesn't mean that the Yankees have an edge because the games are scripted. I mean, Ohtani really hasn't done anything in the World Series anyways. The 2 games he played, was he really that important? He didn't really do much. Let's look up his stats in this World Series. So I want to make sure I spell his name right. Shohei. Let's look up his stats in the World Series. What has he done? He's batting 125. So this is what I'm saying. him in the game and out the game is the same thing. The Dodgers have still been able to win both games, and Ohtani has not been very productive. He's batting at an average of 125. That's not that good. I think he has one hit. He has one hit, a double that he hit in game 1. That's it. That's the only thing he's done. He has a double, and that was in game 1. So don't let this confuse you. Just because Ohtani's out, don't think that the Yankees are gonna win. The Yankees are not gonna win game 3, even though they're the favorite. So if you don't want to take the Dodgers to sweep, you could just bet on the Yankees to win game 3. Because not the Yankees. Bet on the Dodgers to win game 3 because they're gonna upset the Yankees at home. Have all the sad fans go in that cold weather back home in that traffic. All because they failed to realize what's really going on. Speaking of 36, of course, our man Freddie Freeman, he's in his 36th year of life. He probably wins the World Series MVP. That's something I'm going to be looking at. I'm going to put the World Series MVP on Patreon. I'm not going to put it out on YouTube. I think I've given you guys enough for free. So, yeah, the Dodgers stay on 151 postseason losses, 151 days after Dave Roberts' birthday. And, of course, they're gonna pick up their 109th win of the season. Los Angeles equals 109. Los Angeles equals 109. Last thing I want to talk about. Something that confused me in the beginning of the playoffs was the death of Willie Mays. I was asking myself, why did they kill Willie Mays this year if it's not going to be connected to the San Francisco Giants or the Mets, the teams that he played for? Well, I think I kind of figured out what was his death all about, and it has a lot to do with that date, October 29th. Let me show you. So, according to an article that I read, on October 29th, Willie Mays, he cut ties with MLB because he wanted to gamble on sports. And think about Ohtani getting in trouble for gambling on sports in the beginning of the season. Think about the death of Pete Rose right before the playoffs. The man who got banned from the Hall of Fame for betting on sports. I want to pull up the article so you guys can see it, so you guys don't think that I'm making this up. Servers ties with MLB. Yeah, so this article shows you all the significant things that have happened on October 29th in baseball history. And if you go to 1979, which was 45 years ago, Major League equals 45, by the way. But notice what it says here. Willie Mays, he severs all ties with Major League Baseball. And again, the reason he did that is because of a gambling situation that he wanted. I think he wanted to gamble on sports, but baseball did not allow active players, to bet on sports. So what he did was he cut all ties, which is all bullshit. That's all bullshit. But that's what they reported, right? Let's see if they go into explaining exactly what happened. Let's see. Hall of Famer outfielder Willie Mays, one of the game's most popular players. He severs all ties with Major League Baseball when he accepts a public relations job with the Bally Corporation, which is involved with legalized gambling in Atlantic City, New Jersey. Due to the gambling aspect of the position, he had been given an ultimatum by Commissioner Bowie Kahn to disassociate himself with the national pastime. From the national pastime. Okay, so I kind of got that wrong. What this is saying is that he got a job that was associated with gambling, and baseball did not allow that, so he had to cut all ties. I'm thinking that this is what his death was a tribute to. It was a tribute to Ohtani, who got in trouble for gambling and stuff like that. I'm thinking that's why they sacrificed him this year. I could be wrong about that. I'm not too sure, but I do find it interesting that this happened on October 29th, the same day that the Dodgers can possibly win the World Series. And this season, Otani started with Otani getting in trouble for sports gambling. And again, Pete Rose also died this year. So I do find all of this very interesting, that it's all, happening in the same year. And the Dodgers are about to win on the 45th anniversary, a big number with baseball, because again, Major League equals 45. It also equals 63. And Tuesday leaves 63 days left in the year. And that will be the 45th year anniversary since that happened. So I do find that interesting. But again, I'm not 100% sure that's why Willie Mays died. But again, that could be the reason. Yeah, so I think that's everything. That's everything I wanted to cover. All right. And I bet you, if the Dodgers do sweep on Tuesday, all of the trolls that trolled me about the Mets, they're not gonna come back and apologize. They're not, because they're losers. They're losers. But I don't really care about them. As long as my people make some money on Tuesday after the sweep happens, that's all I care about. Oh, one more thing. You guys remember Lincoln Karam? I met him a couple of years ago when we was downtown, on 9/11, right? I'm telling you, these people, listen, man, these people don't really care about the truth, man. I'm telling you, like, I've sent this guy like 20 messages, and all he does, he deletes all of them. I'm asking him to please come out, because all he does is record random things in New York City. I'm like, come on, man, you want to come out on Tuesday and go to Yankee Stadium and do something similar to what we did on 9/11? And every time I leave him a message, he deletes it. Like, this guy, man. These people don't give a fuck. Recording fucking homeless people. That's all he does in his channel. Record stupid shit. Look. Oh, 33rd Street. These people are fucking losers, man. Hello? How you doing?
What's up, player? I like your content.
I really appreciate that. Thank you.
For sure, my man. Hey, what you got for the World Series? What's your predictions?
What's my prediction for the World Series?
Yeah, what's the predictions? What's the numbers saying?
Did you watch the video from the beginning?
Did you watch the video from the beginning? I did.
What the fuck? He asked me what I think about the World Series. Oh, and speaking of 151, Dave Roberts was born on the 151st day of the year as well, right? So wouldn't it make sense for the World Series to end 151 days after his birthday? The guy born on the 151st day of the year. And again, like I said, Jesus Christ equals 151. Special number. The 36 prime number. Who do you have for the World Series? Oh my fucking goodness, man. Sometimes I really feel like I'm wasting my time. I really feel like that. I'm like, what am I doing this for? What am I doing this for? I could be fucking sleeping right now. Oh my fucking goodness. Take a look at the chat before we end it. If anybody wants to call in, the number's on the screen, 646-986-0958. Yeah, good luck betting on the Yankees tomorrow. Good luck. How you doing, RC, Top C, Brad? What's going on, you guys? Thank you for being around, here with us today. Shout out to Johnny Stash. What's going on, my brother? Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with people. I don't know what's wrong with people, really. You guys saw that crazy Hail Mary in that Washington game? Huh. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so I got the Dodgers, and we're gonna parlay that with the Monday Night Football game tomorrow. That's gonna be the little parlay. The Giants are 2-5. That's funny. And the Lions are 6-1. Hello. How you doing, John?
Good, brother. You still what?
Yes.
Cool. Yeah, I wanted to catch you before you got off, though. Yeah. Hey, nice video on it, brother.
Thank you. Hello.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah. Thanks a lot. Appreciate that.
Yeah. I like the 151 you found there.
Yeah.
Very interesting with Dave Roberts. The last piece you put in, the Willie Mays connection is pretty crazy. You know, to that Game 4.
Yeah, the 45th year anniversary since he cut ties with the MLB for gambling.
Yeah. You know, it was just something interesting when you put in Jesus Christ that I noticed. That equals 146 too. That's Donald Trump's birthday, 14/6.
And yeah, that's a good one. And Game 4 is the 138th day of his age, and Donald Trump is 138 as well. So, like we said, it was connected to Donald Trump. We just had the wrong team in the beginning, but I knew they were gonna put Donald Trump in there somewhere.
Yeah. Oh, it's connected, no doubt. I just wanted to add, you know, I looked at when World War I began, and I did the date numerology. Began on 7/28/1914. So you add 7 plus 28 plus 19 plus 14, the day of the beginning of World War I. That's a date numerology of 68. The Dodgers are currently on 68 losses for the regular season and playoffs. They had 64 to end the regular season, and they had 4 against the Padres, and they had 2 against the Padres losses and 2 against the Mets. So that brings their season total to 68. Because, you know, one of the biggest stories right now in the world news would be, you know, the war going on with Israel, first against Palestine, then against, they were bombing Lebanon, and now they're starting to bomb Iran. So the World War I began with a date numerology of 68. So I think that 68 is big. That 68. I don't think you brought that up.
Yeah, I think every world war has started on day with 68 numerology, actually.
Yeah, you know, that's what I had said, and I was looking at it, and I didn't see it because I put the dates in. I'm going to call this guy illusion because that's what he's been saying. But when I looked, I'm like, wow, I don't see any 68 with World War II. I see it with World War I. When we talk about date numerology pure, is that adding the day, the month, and then breaking a year in half?
I'm gonna put it on the screen. So World War II started on September 1st, 1939.
Right, but that doesn't equal, because I checked. But that doesn't equal 68. But World War I, when it began, which was 7.
Yeah, it does. It does.
It does?
9 plus 1 plus 19 plus 39 is 68.
Shit, I missed it then. Okay, there you go. So this I got to give credit to this guy Illusion. This guy Adam. He does it from a biblical standpoint, a little different thing than what you do, but still you do a great job. I think you solved the record, the riddle rather, and I'm going to put a decent sized bet more than I normally bet because I'm going to try to recoup the 100 I lost from the Mets. But look, at the end of the day, I don't really care. You know, I'm hoping that you're going to be right. You know, and here's something interesting for the people listening. So if World War One began with date numerology of 68. World War II began, as you just read, with date numerology of 68. I was looking for the next date with numerology of 68. That would be November, I think it was, you have the calculator, was it November 15th, 2024? Is that date numerology of 68, my friend?
I'm going to check right now. The next date with 68 numerology will be November 13th.
13th. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So that's a day I'm marking on my calendar, bro. But we'll see if that plays. But I think, you know, that's really important. You know, that's the biggest story. You know, forget about these rig sports. No doubt, it's nice to make a couple of bucks. I'd rather make a couple of bucks than lose a couple of bucks. I just wanted to clear something up because I was listening to all your videos, and you basically you're definitely right with. You know, Zach's picks. They were horrible. I lost more money than I won with the guy, okay? And so did Al. But Al's not broke, okay? You said he went broke or something. But
No, I said he was in debt.
Yeah.
Well, when I mean by that is if you go into his sports betting app, he's probably in the negative. That's being in debt.
Oh, yeah. Look, I remember one time, and I love Big Al. I did a little traveling with him to Vegas one time. This is I think when the Dodgers were in the World Series and they lost, and we lost money while we were in Vegas. We had a great time together, but we ended up losing money on Zach's picks. So, you know, look, I lost more money with Zach's picks than I did win with him. You know, I had a couple of winning things, but look, I hope you got this riddle right because I'm gonna put a few hundo down on this.
Yeah, I am too. I'm putting 200. I'm putting 200. I'm gonna do multiple bets, but I'm definitely putting 200 on that plus 340 because I already have big money on it when it was plus 600. So I don't want to go too crazy, but I am gonna add another 200 to it.
Well, good for you, yeah. Because I only played a small little bit. I only played like $20 because when you had told me the riddle, I was like, oh shit, that sounds good. Let me put just a few bucks on it. That only pays 120. That will get me my money back that I lost on the Mets, but that's no big deal.
Yeah, and the Dodgers been covering the spread at both games, so it's not even close, man.
Yeah, but I really like it. I like the connections with Rachel Robinson. She will be sacrificed, unfortunately, probably before she makes 103. I got to agree with you there. You know, I think one of the things I heard you, and maybe you didn't. Did you call out Fernando Valenzuela's death before it happened? Because I remember listening to something. I'd have to go back to the Mets when you were doing some of the stuff on YouTube about the Mets.
I don't remember that. Because I didn't know who he was until he died. So I doubt it. I doubt I did that.
Okay, so maybe you didn't. I mean, I thought.
Yeah, I didn't know who he was until he passed away.
Oh yeah.
But isn't it interesting that him and Rudy May faced each other in that 1981 World Series?
Yeah, and I look back at that, my friend, and just to correct you, he didn't start that game. There were like several pitchers. A guy named Dave Righetti started it.
Oh, he didn't start, but he did play in that game, though, right?
Yes, he did. Yeah,
okay.
Sir, you're absolutely correct. And they die a day or so apart.
Yeah, they died a day apart, right before their former teams faced off in the World Series. Because you know what it is? Sports Illustrated, they put out this article that says, ironically, those two pitchers faced off against each other in the 1981 World Series as Venezuela Dodgers played against May's Yankees. The Dodgers won the World Series, but May had an excellent series as a whole, throwing 6.1 innings and pitched a 2.84 ERA. So he pitched 6 innings. So that's why I thought he started that game.
No, because I looked at it because Dave Righetti did it. I think they used 5 pitchers, the Yankees, that day.
Yeah, but he pitched 6 innings, so that means he pitched most of that game.
Maybe he did. I'd have to look at the total box score of that game, but I noticed that he was one of the several pitchers that was in. But it doesn't matter. He pitched in that game.
He did. Yeah.
I'm not debating that with you or anything. But I just wanted to clear it up because, I know Zach listens to everything you do. Zach's been copying you for a long time. And, look, I still time to time talk to Big Al, and Big Al will be pissed that I'm talking to you, but I really don't care because I'm a grown man. I'll talk to whoever I want to.
Yeah, I haven't
And
done. I didn't do nothing to Big Al but making money. So why would he
yeah, I
be
know.
mad at me?
Yeah, I get it. No, because you were telling. I thought the way I thought what you said that Al was in debt or he's broke
No,
or
no.
whatever.
I said he's in debt with his picks, with this guy's picks.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, and so was I, and that's why I gave up on it for a little while. You know what I'm saying?
No,
I just
I'm
do
not
a
saying
little
he
bit of
broke. I don't know that guy. I don't know if he's broke or not.
no. But he's a good guy, but I think unfortunately, and I love Big Al. But some people, they idolize people. I don't idolize no man. I idolize. The only idol I have, I worship the Creator. Look, and I know that, you're doing your best to try to solve these riddles. And I'll never forget. I got to say this to be truthful for everybody that's listening on your program. And I remember I was out west in Western Pennsylvania with my lovely wife, and I was on a nice motorcycle ride, cruising out in the Western Pennsylvania, and I got a call from Big Al. Hey Johnny, what's going? I can't believe what Simple Truth is doing. He's excoriating Zach. I said, all right. I said, Big Al, I'm on vacation, so I went and I looked it up. I says, oh yeah. You read him the riot act, but then I look back. And I look back at what Zach had said previously to what you had said, and he was scathing you. I'm like, so I know where the pissing contest started. You know what I'm saying? And it was Zach that started it. You know what I'm saying? So you had every right to defend yourself and go off. And that's what I tried to explain to Big Al. But, some people are going to follow others. And look, I try to take information from everybody and learn from everybody. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I think you got this riddle right here.
Yeah, and just to go back to what you were saying, you actually right about that. Rudy May pitched 6 innings in the entire World Series.
There you go.
It wasn't in that one game. So he pitched in 3 games, a total of 6.1 innings. But Fernando Valenzuela only pitched 1 game. He pitched the whole game.
Yeah, complete game.
He did. He pitched a complete game. And Rudy May he played in that game. He participated in that game. So, but yeah, but the odds of them playing in that same game and dying a day apart right before their former teams go to the World Series it's just crazy.
Well, it's part of what they call the Jesuit oath. And for people that don't know what the Jesuit oath is, it's you either get the laden bullet, that means they shoot you, or you get the poison cup. And I think a lot of these older people are being poisoned to death, to be honest with you. There's no doubt about it. You have the fake Catholics or the fake Protestants or the fake Jews, and they work with the fake Muslims, and they all work together. Look, I don't trust Putin. I don't trust Trump, Biden, or Harris. I don't participate in the politics. But at the end of the day, I just want to say I think you're doing great work. I think you got this riddle solved. I hope you do, my friend. Could it go 7? It's kind of interesting where you see where that game 7 could go. Early on, I thought it might go to 6 because that looked pretty good at the beginning. But now seeing some more of the information, I think it's going to end in 4. So I'm going to put a few hundo on it. I still can get it at 340. I put a small, tiny bet of $20 when you had said it when I spoke to you. But I hope it works. I hope. But at the end of the day, people just prepare yourselves because this shit is even bigger than what's going on. Because if this war breaks out on November 13th. That's the date with 68, date numerology, obviously, and all wars have begun on date numerology 68, and I got that from this guy, Adam the Illusion. And it's just incredible how it is also coded by the war numbers. And by the way, just so people know, I want to throw something in. That score, first game was 3-6. In the Bible, it says the beast reigns for 42 months. Well, that was the last score of the last game, 4-2. And the first score was 3-6 or 6-3. So that would be 3 years and 6 months that the beast reigns. Look, they set up a beast system. They want us all to be slaves to their system. They want us giving too much energy and vibration and frequency to this stuff. And at the end of the day, hey, if I can win a few bucks, that'd be nice. And I'll definitely tip you if it comes through, bro. I'm hoping it does for your sake. Because, look, everybody can use a few extra bucks. To me, the betting is just a little sideshow for me. I don't lose too much. When I lose too much, then I tap out because this is not easy what you do. okay? But I know who's really, who's the real deal, And we all did learn a lot of stuff from Zach, but at the end of the day, the guy's picks were horrible. I lost more money than I won, and I know many other people have. And unfortunately, a lot of people get hoodwinked by his stuff. But I'm not here to bash anybody, okay? Because I'm thankful I have this knowledge, But in a way, I'm just thankful that I don't need the extra grocery money. And I feel bad for people that lose too much money because gambling can be a serious addiction, obviously, and it can cost you a lot of things, and really, it takes our energy away, to be honest with you, But at the end of the day, I think it is so interesting. I was talking to a friend of mine, explaining to him how this stuff is all tied together, and it really is. There's riddles that they do, and this Willie Mays find that you had, the Dave Roberts, just adds more and more to the pie there, which makes it look more like a sweep. And that 63 thing, tying back to the 63 World Series.
Yeah, and then Fernando dying at 63, which is like, come on. Why wouldn't it end on Tuesday?
Yeah,
I'm gonna place another bet on Tuesday on the score to be 3-4. I'm not gonna put that much, but I'm gonna put like a little $50-$60 on it.
Why do you think the final score of the game 3-4?
Yeah, because that's the number that Fernando used to wear. Yeah, that was Fernando's number.
Yeah, and just for some people that don't know that first game, and I got this from this guy Adam Illusion. He's pretty good decoder himself. What he said is if you look at the score of that, or the score was 6-3, and that's obvious that's what Fernando Valenzuela was 63, but he wore the number 39. I'm 34, excuse me. 34 is the Fibonacci number, and there were 9 runs scored in that game. 6-3, 6 plus 3.
Yeah, baseball, they love 9. Everything that has to do with baseball equals 9. MLB, baseball, Major League Baseball, all of those terms equal 9 in Gematria.
Yeah. It's completion. Like a woman goes to term for 9 months with a child in most cases.
Yeah.
It's a number of completion. It's the last single digit. And it's the upside down 6. And we know how important the beastly system 6 is, because it really is. And I think, this is just a repeat of the code that you cracked with the Celtics, because you had called that the Celtics were going to sweep the
Pacers.
666 days after his death, and of course, then we get the death of Bill Walton.
Yeah, you see, that's funny. Yeah, and I saw you write that the Celtics sweep the Pacers connected to Bill Russell, and now the Dodgers sweep the Yankees and connected to Vin Scully. And the thing is, mathematics equals 40, so that's the importance of that number.
And what's real interesting, and you probably noticed, or maybe you didn't notice, but from Bill Russell's death, which was, correct me if I'm wrong, it was July 31st, 2022?
I think so, yes.
So now to Vin Scully's death, which was, August 2nd, 2022?
Yeah, they died, they died in the same, I think around the same time, yeah.
So it was it's really a span of 2 days, but if you include the end date, it's 3 days. And World War III is around the corner. So there's a World War III code. And just for some people that don't know, here's a very interesting code of 3 for the World War III. I don't know how many people are familiar with Albert Pike, but Albert Pike is the man that planned these world wars. He was a man that lived in South Carolina. He was a general for the Southern Army. That doesn't make him a bad guy. But what makes him a bad guy, he was one of the founders of the Ku Klux Klan, so that definitely makes him a bad guy. He was also one of the pioneers when the Scottish Rite of Freemasonry came here to America. He was one of those people, one of the founders. So that makes him a bad guy, being a founder of the Ku Klux Klan and a co-founder of the Scottish Rite of Freemasonry here. So he gets a guy from Italy comes, and by the way, I just came back from Italy, a great vacation I had.
Oh, wow.
Came back from Italy. Yeah, I'll tell you about it off air, but what happened was this guy from Italy comes over to America. He says, "Hey, Albert, you're an evil genius. You speak 6 different languages. You got that diabolical mind. You're a Luciferian or a Satanist like us. You're part of the Brotherhood of Death. Give us a plan. We want to dominate the world." Now listen to this, and this I give credit to Adam, because I give credit where I get my information from, the illusion. So, but I didn't learn about Albert Pike from him. I learned much more stuff even before I learned about the Gematria community. I was always studying stuff. for about 15 years. But anyway, this guy, Albert Pike, but he showed me this code of three, the World War III. So this guy plans the three world wars. So he gives Giuseppe Mazzini, if you want to dominate the world, then you have to have world wars, okay? And every war that he planned, 1, 2, and 3, and the way 3 is lining up is exactly how he said. Now, when is his birthday? 12/29. I think it was 1806 or 1809. 12/29. Guess who dies? The most famous soccer player in the world. Who would that be? He was a black guy from Brazil.
Yeah,
Pele.
What was his name?
It's pronounced Pele, P-E-L-L.
Yeah, P-L-L.
Oh, no, P-E-L-E, excuse me.
Yeah.
Pele from Brazil. He's the only man to win 3 World Cups. What day did he die? On Albert Pike's birthday, 12/29/2022. What's the day that Benjamin Netanyahu, I like to call him Benjamin Satanyahu, was put in power for the 3rd time as prime minister of Israel, or I call it Israel, for the 3rd time, 12/29/2022. I can't make this up, but I give the credit to this guy, Adam, because he put all these pieces together. The guy that planned the World War, Albert Pike, like P-I-K-E, look him up, folks. He made the plan back in the 1871. His birthday, 12/29. Pele dies, the only man that has the 3 World Cups for his country. And then, of course, Benjamin Netanyahu put in prime minister for the 3rd time. So, look, World War III is around the corner, people. As I say, stay out of trouble. Don't bet over your head. Try to bet smart. I hope it works for everybody, whether it's game 4, game 6, or 7, whatever it is.
Yeah, and you made a great point, man, about Bill Russell, because now I'm remembering now the day that he died. They both died right after one after another.
Yeah.
And I remember there was a bunch of outlets paying tribute to both of them because they were both iconic people to the sports world.
Yeah.
And then in 2024 they paid tribute to Bill Russell, and now in the World Series they paid tribute to Vince Scully. That's it right there, man. We just nailed it, man.
Yeah, because they waited a full 2 seasons. It wasn't that season. It was the following. Same thing with Scully.
Yeah, same thing with Scully. Yeah.
So I saw that.
Now that makes me think, because remember Mike Leach, he also died, because this article it mentioned all 3 of them. It mentioned Bill Russell, Vince Scully, and Mike Leach, because they all died in 2022. So since he was a football coach, are they gonna sync up the college football championship with Mike Leach?
That's interesting. Tell me about Mike Leach. I'm not familiar with that name. It eludes me. College football coach?
Yeah, college football.
From where?
Washington State coach.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know if Washington State is synced this year. But hey, listen, I'm going to be traveling to Washington State soon because I'm going to go ahead and see my son and my beautiful grandchildren that moved out west. So I'm heading out to Idaho, and I'll be in the neighboring town, matter of fact, because they're going to take probably a trip either up to Montana or out to Washington State. So, yeah, pretty interesting, So, yeah, I'm glad I was able to help you a little bit, rekindle some of your memory, because you did have that call, and that's what I remember, bro. And that's why it's good that you put some of this stuff out, and I hope it works out. And I really, the Vince Scully and Russell dying, 2 days or 3 days apart from one another, if you include the end date. Very telling, very telling. I'm curious about this Mike Leach fella now, where he coached.
Yeah, he coached Mississippi, Texas Tech, and Washington State. So he has a connection to all 3 of those schools.
Yeah, we'll see. Well, maybe it might not. And when did he die? At the same time?
Yeah, December. No, he died December of 2022.
Okay. Well, that's also maybe they skipped last year and they're gonna do something with one of those 3 teams. Perhaps we'll see.
Yeah.
Or you got to see where he played ball. Maybe he played college ball somewhere. Maybe it's tied to where he played his sports. Maybe.
Wouldn't that be something though if they do have a tribute to Mike Leach, man? And it's like, man.
Wouldn't surprise me. They've got us so much distracted about so many things that are not very important. What's really important, friend, to me is my creator, my family, and then work. If you put your priorities straight, you try to help people and love people where they're at, and I can never forget. You remember when you thought the Heat was going to hit, and I would have hit a nice parlay. I had something set up with Big Al and all, and I was like, man, and I took a little off the table, but I should have took more off the table. But you know what? You're right sometimes, and you're not right the other times. It doesn't matter to me. And I tried to. I told that guy, I don't care. Look, what I care is about trying to bring people together. But unfortunately, the Bible says before the fall comes pride, and a lot of people are prideful. But I know you're not, Arthur. I know you are real. I know you're trying your damnedest to solve the riddle. It ain't easy what you do, what any of these guys do. But all I say is just enjoy yourself, stay out of trouble, and just enjoy your family. Love one another, and love your family. And hey, listen, try to give back to your community. That's all you can do. I don't know if I'm going to make it to the Bronx. I might. But, to me, these people, it's going to fall on deaf ears.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Yeah, I might not do it now because
you know what?
it's gonna be. They're not trying to hear that their favorite baseball team is not winning Game 4.
Yeah, exactly, bro. I mean, it's tough. We're better off like we did that one time. We went to Central Park, went over to Strawberry Field by the Dakota Building. You might be able to affect the people that way. But those people, they're going to be so locked in, and especially if they lost the Game 3 and then they go look at elimination in Game 4, they're not going to want to hear it, I think it's the wrong venue, but hey, listen, you do what you feel is right. But I was thinking, man, should I even bother going to the city? Because I don't live in the city, but I can get there easily.
Yeah, because I tried to do it once, and and one of the fans said, "I don't care if it's rigged." Blah 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 blah. Like those people don't. Yeah, they don't give a fuck. So it's not worth it.
They're brain dead, bro, and they really are. In this day and age, if you can't see how fixed it is truly fixed. And if anybody wants a laugh, okay, and there was this guy, Jake the Asshole. You can find him on YouTube. He gives you the top rigged plays of the week. It's funny. He's humorous. He's witty. He breaks down the news. He doesn't really get into the gematria, but he shows you how they're using magnetic gloves. There's magnets in the poles. It's all proven. You can see these guys jumping at their people's feet. There was a play last week that didn't make it on his top 10, but some of his people called him up. Hey, you got to look at this tackle. This guy had this giant play. New York Giant had this guy wrapped up, Joe Burrows, and he just let him go. He just turned away from him. I'm like, wait. And then Chris Collinsworth, that piece of crap analyst says, oh, he was afraid of getting a penalty for sacking the quarterback. I'm like, it's so ridiculous. So if you get a chance, you want to laugh. Because, look, the Bible says laughter does like good medicine. We have so many things going on. We have to take time to smell the flowers, enjoy our lives, and laugh a little bit. Because this stuff that you're watching, I just came back from Rome, and I went to where they have the Palatine Hill, which was the palace for Nero and Caesar Augustus, and overlooked where they had the chariot races. And the horse races. I said to my wife, I said, I bet you these chariot races were written back then if they had gambling, It's such a circus, you know what I'm saying? So I tell people, enjoy the Triple S, the satanic shit show, because that's what it is, But don't get too much caught up in it. Just enjoy your life. And I pray that everybody has a good night's rest. And I hope that the Yankees get bombed the next 2 games, because that's where I'm putting a couple of my shekels. So, but I'm not going to put too much money because I'm not going to lose my house over it. But at the end of the day, it would be nice to make a nice hit because, it's not an easy business, But I know that you're trying your hardest, and I think you might have solved the riddle, my friend.
Yeah, I think we did too. Because why would Game 4 be synced up perfectly with Vince Scully for not to end on that day? Come on.
Yeah. And it's tied with Willie Mays and his gambling. Because this stuff has been about gambling, right?
Yep, this whole season, yep. And then they sacrificed Pete Rose on top of that.
Started with Shawnee Ohtani. Mookie Betts got hurt. Then you have the Willie Mays death.
Yeah, Mookie Betts, right? Betts.
Yeah. Now Betts, was very interesting. You came up with those. He came back from his injury 57 days before the World Series began. It's crazy how they sync it up, But here's something interesting that I got from this guy Adam. Now, when Freeman hit the walk-off home run, right? They walked Betts to get to Freeman, right? They walked.
Yeah, they walked exactly. It's just
Now watch this. Now listen to this. That day in the news, this guy Adam called The Illusion says that the district attorney in L.A. is looking to free the Menendez brothers. Now, I wasn't paying attention to the news story, but when he brought it up, I was, oh yeah, it's a national news story. So supposedly these Menendez brothers killed their parents. It was during, I think, during the O.J. Simpson saga. It goes back over 30 years, right? So, but the L.A. district attorney is looking to free the Menendez brothers. So it says, will the Menendez walk free? So that was the headline over there in L.A. about walking free. Now what happens? They walked the previous batter. They walked bets to get the Freeman. Menendez brother walk free. How they coded up with the news, it's incredible. I think it's funny. I was telling a friend of mine that appreciates the numbers. He's an old timer, but he gets it. He's like, Johnny, that's no accident. Of course not. Of course not. You know, they sync everything up. But, yeah, what do you think? I think Shohei Ohtani's going to be out for the series. And
I think they announced that he won't make it to Game 3.
Oh, they already announced that. Okay, interesting. Yeah, look, and that's just to get, I think the bet is off the Dodgers because I think people are going to realize the Dodgers are going to win. And of all the bets that are left on the table for the way the series is going to go, the lowest paying bet is the Dodgers to sweep. So all the other odds are greater. So I think that's probably what's going to happen based on, on FanDuel or whatever they have. That's the lowest odds for the correct score, because it could be, the Yankees win the next game. Then the Dodgers close them out in Game 4 and 5. They close them out. Well, however they play it, all the different odds. That's the lowest odds right now. Is the Dodgers? It's the worst odds for the better. But look, at 340, that's still a decent hit. You lay 300 on it, you make a little more than $1,000. So it's whatever it is, whatever you can afford. So I don't advise people to bet, especially if you can't afford to lose the money, because there's no sure things. But this looks very, very telling, and I enjoy trying to figure out the riddle, because I don't really watch any sports during the year. I could care less, and even now, am I wasting my time on this crap? To me, I grew up watching, enjoying sports, but I realize it's just part of a distraction. So, but I hope the best to everybody out there. I hope, go with your gut, but don't bet over your head. Certainly, and don't bet any money that you can't afford to lose. You know what I'm saying? So it's good stuff, man. And I'm glad I got to call you and hook up with you again. And I love the program. And let's go Dodgers.
All right, Johnny. Thanks a lot.
All right, brother. Have a good night.
You too.
Bless you. Peace.
Yeah, it says that Ohtani is expected to play, so they might surprise people tomorrow. Hey, I don't know. It doesn't really matter if he plays or not, though. Doesn't matter. Joey. The World Series is not just synced up with Kobe. You can make a case for why they're paying tribute to Kobe in the year 24, blah blah blah. But man, Joey, you have to pay attention, man. Like, I get it. You don't pick your teams with Gematria, but go watch the beginning of the video, man. This is synced up with Vince Scully, who died in 2022. Game 4. Okay, this is the thing, right? You're saying all this Kobe Bryant stuff. How does that help you figuring out what the ritual is? Oh, it's Kobe. If I ask you, Joey, when is the World Series gonna end? When is the World Series going to end? You can't tell me. You can't tell me what day is it gonna end, because you're worrying about Kobe Bryant. Let me guess, because it's LA and it's the year 24. You probably don't have any other reasons why you're saying that it's connected to Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant used to play basketball. Now, if you tell me that the Lakers won in 2020 because of Kobe, that's a different story, because that was the year that he died, and yeah, they won it on Father-Daughter Day. But besides the fact that this is the year 24 and he played in LA, there's nothing else that you can tell me about Kobe Bryant and how he's connected to this World Series. This is about Vin Scully, my man. Did you hear any announcer mention Kobe Bryant's name in the 2 games that was played? They haven't said Kobe Bryant's name not once. But guess who name they did say? They mentioned Vin Scully. Pay attention, my man. So you could be down and make some money. Get down with the program. Stop trying to be different. Stop trying to compete. Stop trying to advertise your Patreon. You're bad at Gematria. Go promote your Patreon on your page. Oh, we don't lose on my page. My Patreon, my Patreon, my Patreon, my Patreon. Get the fuck out of here. Jesus Christ. Oh, my Patreon, we don't lose. My Patreon, we don't lose. Somebody just said that you had the Tigers to win the World Series. Worrying about Kobe Bryant. You got to move on, man. You got to use critical thinking. Kobe did not play for the Dodgers. Damn, man. Topsy, don't do that, Topsy. Don't do that. That is a disappointing comment. He writes that. I'm not even going to read it, man. Topsy, come on. The players are definitely in on the rigging, Topsy. Come on. Here, Kobe Bryant. If somebody asks Joey when the World Series is going to end, he doesn't know. I appreciate that, Mark. Thanks a lot, man. Yeah, join my Patreon. We are always right. That's somebody you don't trust. That's like a lawyer telling you that we don't lose. You know, hire me as your attorney. We don't lose. How does a lawyer know? That's not somebody you trust. If a lawyer tells you that they don't lose, that's not somebody you want defending you. Because it's not up to them whether you win or lose. Jesus Christ. All these fucking con artists on the internet. We don't lose. All we do is win. Okay, DJ Khaled. All right, but you guys have a good night and good luck tomorrow, today, wherever you're at. If you're on the East Coast, good luck tonight. If you're on the West Coast, good luck tomorrow night. And yeah, exactly. Congrats to the Wieners. All right, you guys, take care and thanks a lot for joining us. And please hit the like, 35 likes. All you have to do is click it. Bing. That's it. Yeah, I don't know if I'll be at Yankee Stadium now. I don't know. I mean, what's the point? All right, man. I'll be back tomorrow and give you guys some more. Oh, I got one call, so I'll take this call before we end it. Hello?
Arthur?
Yes.
Hey, are you still on? It's Joey.
Oh, how you doing, Joey? What's going on?
Are you still on or you're off?
I'm still on.
Okay, I only have 2 minutes. I have to pick up my daughter from the movies, but you want to do a show with me tomorrow, live on Instagram?
On Instagram, or you can do it on YouTube.
I don't have a YouTube channel, but, at least, you'll get a
No, well,
new
you can
audience.
call me on Zoom, and we can do it on Zoom. And
Is this your cell number?
yes.
Okay, I'll touch base with you in the morning. I'm in the 818, so we'll do a show tomorrow, and then we'll go back and forth. But I'm not one of those shit talkers.
Well, you have said some bad things about me in the past, but we'll address that. We'll address that tomorrow.
Just that you when you change your picks, but that's okay. We'll talk about it all tomorrow. That's it. And then I never said that I win all the time. I win most of the time in baseball. I suck in football. I don't do gematria. I do a little gematria, but I do more of symbolism. Like the snake that was in the dugout for Game 3 of the Dodgers series with the Mets. That's all. It's all Kobe rituals. This whole thing is Kobe rituals.
Yeah, but you also have to understand that this is more about Vince Scully, who died 117 weeks before Game 4, and that's a big number with the Dodgers. Vince Scully, if you guys you gotta realize that they paid tribute to Vince Scully during Game 1 with that home run, with that Freddie Freeman home run.
Maybe they did that, and Fernando dying. Like I'll show you on my Instagram page. I said the final score was going to be 6-3. It's all I record all this stuff before the game.
Yeah, but
on,
that 6-3. Yeah, Fernando did die at 63. But remember what happened 36 years ago? That famous call by Kirk Gibson. I mean, by Vince Scully happened 36 years ago. So that's why the score was 3-6, which connects to the Dodgers.
Arthur, I swear to God, it's on my Instagram page. I went live during.
I mean, I'm not arguing with that. I'm saying the fact that the score was 6-3, it wasn't only a tribute to Fernando. It was also a tribute to Vince Scully, who made that call 36 years ago. That's what I'm saying. I'm not arguing with you. I'm not saying that you didn't call it.
I know. But Arthur, this is the year of Kobe Bryant. 24, Gianna Ward 2. Everything is for Kobe. Like the offensive and defensive players.
Okay, Joey, let me ask you something. What date is the World Series gonna end?
I'll tell you right now. I mean, and by the way, I'm not one of the. I'm like you. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Like I said, I never said Tigers. First of all, whoever said that.
That doesn't matter. Just answer. Just answer the question.
I think it's gonna be Game 5. You know why?
Because of Kobe Bryant, right? Because it's 4-1 for Kobe Bryant.
No, even more. They love the number 13. What Game 5? What's the date gonna be?
I don't know. The 30th?
October 30th. That's 13. 1-3. They love the number 13. They love the number 113. So when it comes to Gematria and that stuff, then I'm all in. So that's what it's going to be. Yeah, Kobe 4-1. He died at 41, whatever. But they love the number 13. It's going to go 5.
Okay. And so if it ends on Tuesday, would you be willing to listen to the knowledge that we're trying to teach here?
Of course, dude. I watch your show. I watch your stuff, dude.
Okay.
I just got, when I got.
No, I just don't want you to be closed-minded. I'm willing to listen to your story.
No, I'm not closed-minded, bro.
All right. So tomorrow, we'll do it. We'll go into deep. We'll talk about it deeper tomorrow. All right.
You have to give me the same benefit, though.
Which is?
You'll be open-minded when we talk about this stuff. You think that, and here's the other thing, Arthur, that I'm going to hopefully try to explain to you. When you say it's scripted, do you think like the catcher says, okay, Freddie Freeman, hey, I'm going to throw you a fastball right. He's going to throw you a fastball right down the middle, and you're going to get a home run. Do you think that's how they do it?
Okay, the third baseman coach, he's communicating to the batter. The catcher is communicating to the pitcher. If you notice the baseball game now the pitchers are always looking inside their hats. The players are walking around with a card. They're reading the script right in front of the people's eyes.
Arthur, I'm going to show it to you, and you might laugh now, but the more, I've opened so many eyes, and like I said, I go live before all of this stuff happens. It's on my Instagram.
But did you just hear what I just said, Joey?
Yeah, I heard, but I'm going to tell you what it is. They use witchcraft and black magic. They have power.
But you don't need that. You don't need that, Joey. You don't need that.
You do need it.
No, you don't. You don't need that, Joey. If I tell you, if I throw the ball in the middle and you hit a home run, that's that simple. Just like the home run derby.
Bro, I played baseball.
If you need witchcraft, these people will be doing a lot more bad things to the people.
They are. They manipulate the universe. Let me tell you something. Do you think Kobe Bryant died in a helicopter crash? I live 15 minutes from the fake crash site. Do you think he died in a helicopter crash?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Okay, he didn't, because I've offered $10,000 to anybody who can show me video of black smoke in the skies of California.
Okay, but where's the magic in that?
The magic is they have 2 billion people thinking that Kobe Bryant died in a helicopter.
Okay, but that's not what that's not what you're saying about sports. You're saying that they're sitting around saying bukala and making Freddie Freeman hit a home run.
They have, like I said, if I'm so wrong, why do I call the plays before they happen? Like today, the Cowboy game is just so easy. Like how the Cowboys aren't like. Football's different.
So you know how to read magic, Joey. You know how to read magic.
I just prove it. I just prove it every time. I mean, I don't know what else to tell you. I go on live before it happens. You could ask it. It's on my Instagram page.
All right, Joey. But what I'm trying to tell you, Joey, is you don't need magic to rig a sports game.
Dude, let me give you an example. Okay, the final score, and I have it on my Instagram page. The final score of Game 5 in New York was 12-6. When did Kobe die?
Say it again.
Fake die. Well, the final score was 12-6. Game 5, New York Mets, Dodgers. Okay, The Dodgers got killed.
Yeah, but this is the
12-6.
thing, Joey. This is the thing. You have to understand that the number 126 is not just important to Kobe Bryant. That number is significant to the Jesuit order. So now every time you see a 126, they've been using 126, Joey, before Kobe died. That number is important to the Jesuit order. It's just like the number 201. If Michael Jordan dies on February 1st, every 201 that you see is not going to be a tribute to Michael Jordan. The number 201 is in.
Yesterday, I picked the Dodgers to win on my Patreon. It was October 26th. That's 126, and then Ice Cube shows his 24 jersey, and the final score was 2-4. All tribute to Kobe.
Joey, you're not listening. Joey, you're not listening.
I'm listening.
The number 126 has been used in rituals before the death of Kobe Bryant.
But you're not listening either, because that's why they chose that date for the ritual for him to die, fake die on 126. That's what I'm saying. I agree with you. I 100% agree with you.
But that's what I'm saying. Every time you see that number, don't think Kobe Bryant. Think bigger than that.
But I'm like, okay, so when the Milwaukee Brewers, I forgot they lost or they beat the Dodgers on the first Kobe Bryant Day, August 24th, the final score was 12-6. Do you know how impossible, not 12-6, oh my God, I'm totally drawing a blank. On Kobe Bryant Day, it was 12-6 on Kobe Bryant Day. I'm sorry, on August 24th, like 2021 or 2020, the final score was 12-6. Arthur, it's impossible to script the score before the game, a baseball game, to make it 12-6. Not only that, somebody on Milwaukee hit a home run with 2 outs in the 9th inning to make it 12-6. So can I tell you what I was going to say real quick? Can you listen real quick?
I'm listening.
Are you still there?
I'm listening. I don't have to agree with you, but I'm listening.
I know, of course, yeah, I know. We're just totally respectful, back and forth. So when the score was 12-6, I went live. There was runners on first and third and nobody out for the Mets in the bottom of the 8th inning. So I said, oh, my God, if the final score is 12-6, is going to be a Kobe ritual? And it's on my page, coincidence, Joey. So 12-6 runners on first and third for the Mets, nobody out. They didn't score another run the rest of the way. How easy is it to score a run with a runner on third? They didn't do it. And the final score was 12-6. There's, if the Dodgers win, it's going to be their 8th World Series. Kobe wore number 8. It's just so much shit for Kobe Bryant. Oh, my wife's going to kill me. I'm supposed to pick up my daughter. So let's do it tomorrow. You want to do it tomorrow?
Yeah, sure. No problem.
Okay, I'll get a hold of you in the morning, okay?
All right.
All right, bud. Okay, take care. Good night, everyone.
All right. There's a phrase. Yeah, somebody wrote in the chat. If you write out every letter in the alphabet, it equals 126. But there's another reason the 126 gets used so much, and it has to do with the Jesuit order. I don't think it's the Jesuit that equals 126. The reason they use it so much. I have to look back at my notes. I think I wrote it in my book, the reason they use this number so much. But it has a lot to do with the Jesuit order. This is not, every time people see this, oh my gosh. This is the problem, man. When you don't take your time to learn this stuff, you just think you know it all, and then you don't allow people to teach you anymore. And I don't get it. I've never been that way, I'm always willing to learn more and more and more. Because if I was that way, I would have never found this information. I hate when people think they know it all, man. That's just a bad thing, man. But yeah, this number connects with the Jesuit order. Yeah, notice Joe Biden's full name is also 126. People think that every time they see this number, it's somehow connected to Kobe Bryant, which is not true. I'm gonna do some more homework and figure out why this number gets used so much. I'm pretty sure I wrote about it, so I gotta look through my book to see. It's definitely a biblical reason to it. I mean, notice Pablo Escobar, who died in 1993, he died on a day with 126 numerology. The name Escobar is 126. So was Pablo Escobar's death a tribute to Kobe Bryant? You guys, come on, man. Like, you guys have to... whatever, man. I'll talk to Joey tomorrow, man. I think Kobe Bryant was the worst thing that could happen to this community. Somebody spoke about... Somebody also spoke about magic, right? You don't need magic What do you think the third baseman coach's job is? What do you think the catcher doing all these signals, all these signs? What do you think he's doing? He's communicating. We're the only ones that don't understand what that means. You see, if they was using magic, you wouldn't have a third base coach giving the signs to the batter. You'll let the magic go do all the work, right? There's a reason the baseball players are walking around with a card now, and every 5 seconds they're going inside their hat and they're reading their hat like and putting it back on. If you had magic, you wouldn't be doing all that. Yeah, WTF is equals 126. Yeah, I bet. I do appreciate you. We'll talk some more though, Joey. We'll talk some more. Topsy, you can hit a home run on command. Have you watched the home run derby? You can hit a home run. These are professional baseball players. The thing is, you guys think that because you can't do it, that they can't do it. No, these are people that have been playing baseball since the day that they was able to walk. Since they were like 6 or 7 years old, they've been putting these people on the baseball field, training them for these moments. If you play baseball, right, and this is something my dad taught me. I wasn't that good at baseball, but I grew up playing baseball. It's all about where you actually there's actually a video of Pete Rose, and he's actually teaching Alex Rodriguez what he used to do to make the ball go to certain areas on the field. I'm gonna link this video so you guys can see it. And A-Rod, this video right here. Pete Rose, Alex Rodriguez, and Frank Thomas, they share exclusive hitting secrets, right? You watch this video, and Pete Rose explains where you stand in the batter's box to make the ball hit a foul ball. If you want to hit a ground out, you step back. Like, he's literally telling people all of their secrets in this video, right? If you stand, I can't. If I point on it, the video is gonna play. But oh man, I know what I'll do. I'll take a screenshot of it. That way I can show you exactly what they was talking about in the video. Okay, I can do it now because the screenshot is going to pause the video. Okay, so Pete Rose is basically saying that if you stand right here, that's going to give you a better chance to hit a ground out. So when you see all these double plays, all of these double plays are done on purpose. They study this stuff. These are professional baseball players. If you want to hit a home run, what you have to do is you have to step into the plate. That way you can get the good area of the bat. Right, so all the pitcher has to do is throw it to the area that they know you're strong at. I mean, all this stuff is studied. If you look at every batter, they have a box and they have the dark blue, the red, all of those zones. The pitcher knows the areas where the batter is strongest at and weakest at. So if you know that Freddie Freeman, his most powerful area for hitting a home run is the lower right corner, all you have to do as a pitcher is throw the ball at the lower right corner. Another thing they might be doing, if you notice, every time they're switching the baseballs, right? Maybe some baseballs are easier to hit out the field than others. You don't need magic. Stop watching the Disney Channel, you guys. This is not the Disney Channel you're watching. You're watching professional baseball players who have mastered the art of rigging. And watch this video. Pete Rose is going to explain it to you. It's real easy to hit the ball anywhere on the field. It's all about where you stand, where you cuff your bat. I mean, just watch the video. He'll tell you. Pete Rose, number one, the leading base hit. He has the most hits in baseball history. He's the one telling you guys all this stuff. Frank Thomas and A-Rod just listening to him like, oh, okay, yeah. You don't need magic. It's all about where you stand and how and where the ball is. That's all it takes. So I'm going to link this video in case you guys want to watch it. And that's that. I mean, Topsy. I think somebody hacked your YouTube. This cannot be you. I don't think that's Topsy in the chat, you guys. I think somebody hacked his channel. Yeah. But watch this video, and then we'll talk about it some more tomorrow when I have Joey on the show. But you don't need magic. You don't need magic to hit the ball, to hit a home run. All right. But you guys enjoy the rest of your night, and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. We're gonna have Joey on the show. He's gonna tell us why this World Series is synced up with Kobe Bryant, and why it has nothing to do with Vince Scully, and why it's gonna end on Wednesday and not Thursday, and not Tuesday. All right. Peace, everybody. Enjoy your night.